36% of employees have either tested positive for the Rona or are awaiting results. Earning report, conference call, huge order received. So much Workhorse to talk about. Let's go. What is happening, guys? Dean here. I am not a financial advisor. We have so much Workhorse news to talk about. I'm so excited. We got so much to cover. Let's get straight into it. The company has recently experienced an outbreak of the you-know-what cases amongst our employees. As of the date of this filing, approximately 36% of our production employees have tested positive for the you-know-what or are currently awaiting test results. Additionally, several of our suppliers have experienced capacity constraints due to the pandemic, which has limited their shipping volumes. As a result, we expect a significant reduction to our planned production volume in the fourth quarter of 2020. I love this company, but it is never a good sign when they are pushing back timelines or changing what they promised. Although it's not uncommon for a company to push back a timeline, I'd say that the Rona is a fair enough reason. It's just not a good thing, no matter how you look at it. Workhorse has been pushing back their deliveries time and time again. But sure, Rona is a good enough reason in my opinion. However, I'll be keeping a close eye on them first quarter next year to see if they're getting back on track. This isn't really something that's the end of the world, make or break for this company, but it's just not good to see. You just don't want to see it. As an investor, you want to see them continually keeping their promises time and time again. But on the other hand, here is some good news. Workhorse received purchase order for 500 C1000 all-electric delivery trucks from Pritchard Companies for National Fleet Program with Inventory Finance Program provided by Hitachi Capital America. 500 trucks, let's go. How good is that? You have Hitachi helping with the financing. This showcases just how good the management team of Workhorse actually is. They made the partnership with Hitachi and it's clearly already paying off. Let's take a look into Pritchard Companies. Who are they? They sell commercial vehicles across the USA and it is one of the nation's largest commercial distributors, selling over 30,000 units annually. This makes me believe that Pritchard will be a long-time customer of Workhorse. Once they're done selling the initial order of 500 vehicles, they will order more. The COO of Pritchard himself goes on to say, "We see this initial 500 vehicle purchase as being the first of many future orders. As long as you smash that like button and subscribe, it helps me out a lot. My goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year." Just kidding. What he actually said was, "We see this initial 500 vehicle purchase as being the first of many future orders and look forward to growing with Workhorse in 2021 and beyond." Okay, Workhorse Group's third quarter 2020 results. Release updates and highlights. Sets 2021 production volume at a target of 1,800 vehicles. I don't know. I don't know if they will hit that. They just produced 7 vehicles. Sure, they've got the Rona as an excuse, but it's just so much of a huge difference to go from 7 to 1,800. It's a lot. I hope they can do it, but just for me, I wouldn't be surprised if they fall short of this. But look, these guys know more than me. They're working in the company. They can see what they're doing. So let's hope they can hit this. Let's really hope. It will be so nice for us as investors to see them hit this goal. Received a purchase order for 500 C1000 trucks from Pritchard Auto Company for its National Fleet Program, which is being financed by Hitachi Capital America. We just went over that. Through various financings, the company has improved its current cash position to over 260 million. We need to remember, guys, this is debt. It's still good to have, but just keep that in the back of your mind. Workhorse's strategic partner, Lordstown Motors, completed its merger with Diamond Peak Holdings. We know the story behind this. Lordstown Motors went public via SPAC. Workhorse has a 10% ownership in Lordstown. They're now public. The stake is estimated at nearly 285 million, which is a lot. They partnered with Hitachi and Hitachi Capital America. Again, we know this. Recorded additional new vehicle sales orders from Fluid Systems and E-Trucks. So they're still getting orders. Not as big as the 500 order. It's not as big as the USPS contract that we're all waiting for, but they're still getting orders, which is always good to see. But again, they can't just be getting the orders. We want to see them fulfilling them. We want to see the numbers go up. So that's why I really, really want to see them hit their production target of 1,800 for 2021. Sales in the third quarter of 2020 were recorded at 565,000 compared to just 4,000 in the third quarter of 2019. That is a huge difference. That is good news, and that's what we want to see. We want to see them keep going up, keep hitting their targets, growing quarter over quarter, year over year. That's what we like to see as investors. Cost of goods sold increased to 2.8 million from 1.4 million in the third quarter of 2019. The increase was primarily driven by the increase in labor and materials relating to the cost for the C-Series production. This makes perfect sense. They're making more cars, they're hiring more people, they're growing their company, more wages, training, machines, all these things. Of course, there's going to be an increase in COGS. It's just expected. Every company has to go through this. What I found interesting was this part right here. Research and development expenses were 1.6 million, which was flat compared to 1.6 million reported in the third quarter of 2019. I would have assumed that the research and development expenses would have gone up because I know that they're working on the refrigerated delivery van. So I would have thought they would have put some more money into that. But I guess maybe they've stopped putting money into, say, research and development of their current vans, and they're just pushing that money into the new van. So that's probably what's happened here. Interest expense. Net increased to 74.3 million compared to an interest expense net of 5.4 million in the same period last year. The significant increase in interest expense was almost exclusively due to a change in fair value of the company's convertible note, the loss on its conversion to stock, and the loss on the redemption of Series B preferred stock. These gap adjustments are non-cash and were dependent on the underlying stock components of the financial instruments respectively. Net loss was 84.1 million compared to a net loss of 11.5 million in the third quarter of 2019. The increased net loss was due to the increase in interest expense just noted. So it's just what we've spoken about. With these considerations, the company believes operating income will be a better indication of the operating and cash performance. Operating income during the period was at a loss of 9.8 million compared to a loss of 5.6 million in the third quarter of 2019. So that sounds a lot better. Finally, as of September 30, 2020, the company had cash equivalents, and short-term investments of 80.2 million compared to 23 million as of December 31, 2019. Subsequent to the quarter end, the company entered into and closed a convertible note financing with a group of institutional lenders for gross proceeds of 200 million. In conjunction with these efforts, Workhorse entered into a separate agreement with the holder of its prior 4.3% convertible notes to exchange the full 70 million outstanding principal amount of those convertible notes for shares of the company's common stock. Currently, the company has a cash balance of over 260 million. Again, remember, that was through financing. With all this in mind, there's something I want to talk about: the short squeeze. Almost 60% of Workhorse's daily volume is short selling because everyone thought the contract would be announced mid-October. And now that it's seen as a contract delay, even though the USPS themselves always said by the end of the year, they never mentioned October. People see it as a delay, so people are shorting the stock. In my opinion, this huge short interest in this stock is actually really good news for us. Because when these shorts all start selling out of their positions and covering their losses, this stock is going to skyrocket in price. Tesla was one of the most shorted stocks in the market, and now look at it. As we get closer to the end of the year, we're going to start seeing these shorts selling out at higher and higher prices. Then we're going to get contract news. And if we do land a big portion of that contract, which as I said previously in another video, I think we will, we're going to see Workhorse skyrocket and potentially go over $100 a share. I really believe we're going to see them hit $100 a share. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. That's just my opinion. That's my thought process. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, leave a comment below as to how much you see Workhorse stock being by January 2021. I think we're going to hit $100 a share before then. Although I don't think we're going to stay there. I think we're going to hit it. Like this video and subscribe to help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Until next time, Dean out.